Hi, my name is John Walsh with the Logic Group, and in this video I'm going to demonstrate how to use the Logic Trace on-screen software. To start the program, I simply double-click on the shortcut that's on the desktop, or I could come in and click the Start button of Windows, scroll down to the Logic Group, and then click Logic Trace on screen. When the software starts, I'm going to load an image. Now the program can directly read BMP and JPEG files. The other thing that you can do is if you've got a PDF or a TIFF file or another file format, you can load that file into our Logic Trace file conversion program, convert it to a bitmap or a JPEG, save it, and then load that file into this software program. So I have a file here that I'm going to load and digitize. Click Open. It'll display it on the screen here. The first thing that we do is we click the 4 points and we digitize 4 corners. That's going to basically be what our viewport for what we're digitizing. So upper left point, lower left point, lower right point, upper right point. Then we've got our viewport here, and then we click a scale. So what we do is we digitize any 2 points in our picture and tell it what the distance apart they are, and then it will tell us, set that scale for in the file. I happen to know that from there to there is supposed to be 3 inches, so I click that point there. Then I click that point there, and I say that was 3 inches, and then it scales it for the DXF file. And then I'm ready to digitize. Now the methods here are very similar to what's in the Logic Trace software, except instead of digitizing points on the digitizing tablet, I'm going to digitize points on the computer screen using my mouse, and then it will use those points to create a DXF file. Now we do have the tracing method where I can come in here and just hold the button down, my mouse button down, and trace, which works, but I don't get a great quality here. The other thing that I could do is I could do the tracing method and I could just digitize a bunch of points, and especially if I zoomed up, that would work just fine. Gotta click Start first. Just digitize points, and that would work. But really the best thing to do is to use the lines and arcs or the combination method. So I'm going to come in here, use the combination method, click Start, and I first have a line that goes from there to there. I then have an arc, and I'm going to digitize the midpoint of the arc and the end point of the arc. That's my arc, and then I'm going to do the line, which goes there. And then what I have here is I've got a curve. I can digitize that as 2 arcs, or I can do it as a curve. So what we do on the curve is we just go in there and digitize a bunch of points on that curve, just a series of points, and it will show you those connected with lines. But then when I say I have a turn point, it does a nice smooth curve through those points. I now have a line, digitize that point there. I have another curve here, and again I just digitize several points right along that curve. Doesn't matter how many, doesn't matter how far apart they are. And then I do a turn point, does a nice smooth curve through them. I now have a line, click that point there. I have an arc. I could have done this as a curve too, but I decided to do it as an arc. Doesn't matter. Midpoint and end point of the arc, I do a line, that point there, and then I say done. Connect to the first and last point, I say yes, and then I come over here, this one here, do the combination method again. I click Start. I have a line at the top, click there and there, and now I have another curve. So just come in here, digitize points right along that curve. I'm doing about 20 points, I think. And then I click Done, and it connects those with a nice smooth curve. Do you want to connect to the first last point? I say yes. And then I just come in to create a file, and I call this test1, and then click Save, and it saves it as a DXF file that I then load into my CNC machine. My name is John Walsh. If you have any questions about this program, please give me a call. Thank you.